welcome to this exclusive interview with His Excellency, the Ambassador of the United States to Kuwait, Matthew Tueller. First of all, thank you for your time here with us and talking to us on the sidelines of the 25th regular session of the Arab League Summit.
Thank you. It's a wonderful opportunity to speak with you.
Now, can we start? Can I ask you, considering that this is the first time Kuwait hosts this summit since it joined the Arab League in 1961, what is your impression of the preparations that have been undertaken by the government to ensure that the summit is smooth and efficient?
Well, I think everybody recognizes that Kuwait again and again has been in a position to offer to host important international summits. Recently, the humanitarian pledging conference that the UN asked Kuwait to host. We've all seen Kuwait's expertise and its generosity in hosting these important international gatherings.
Now, what is the US's role specifically at this summit?
Well, of course, I am here today, as many other international observers and ambassadors are, because we recognize the importance of the Arab League, the important role it plays in addressing challenges that the region faces. So while the United States doesn't have a direct role in the Arab League, we have an excellent relationship with the Arab League as an institution and with many of the members of the Arab League. So we enjoy the opportunity to have a forum like this in which to exchange and listen to views.
Now, there are some items on the agenda, such as the Syrian crisis, the Palestinian issue, even the reconstruction and the development progress in Libya. Do you think that the summit is tackling all of the issues that are pertaining to the region at the current time?
Yes, this morning I heard in many of the opening remarks by His Highness the Emir Sheikh Sabah, by the former chair Sheikh Tamim of Qatar, and others who spoke, who all talked about the challenges that the region faces and the need for the Arab League in its institutions and its practices to examine its role to find a way to meet the aspirations of the countries and the people that it represents. So I was heartened to hear frank discussion of some of these problems, whether it's Syria, the transition of different countries, the threat that terrorism poses. I also heard very insightful comments, I think, about the need to provide employment opportunities for young people, about the dangers that shortages in water, of desertification, other environmental issues play. So I think I heard in the remarks this morning very insightful comments from senior levels of the governments calling people to action on these issues.
Now, do you feel that this summit poses a good platform or an opportunity to enhance cooperation between the Arab League member states and, let's say, the United States or the European Union?
Yes, of course, diplomacy is always about governments working together for common interest. And the more we can identify areas of common interest, common ground, the more we can collaborate in addressing those challenges.
Now, if I could just ask you, what is your opinion on the new amendments that are being done to restructure the Arab League from within?
Well, again, I heard from some of the speakers the recognition of a need as the world changes, as new challenges emerge, to examine whether the institutions of governance, of diplomacy, of economic cooperation, of cultural cooperation are up to those challenges. So you can't be complacent, and I was encouraged to hear from some of the speakers a recognition that there needs to be reform and progress in the institutions to meet those challenges.
Well, thank you so much for your time.